Hello viewers, welcome back to Street Business OT with Fortunatus. And every week we used to bring new people, new entrepreneurs to the show so that you guys can learn from their scars and their crown. Today we are at LB Clothing. I'll be asking a lot of free questions from the CEO herself. So she'll be sharing us how she started, and if you want to get started in any kind of clothing business, this is the best video for you to watch so you can learn from this video. Stay tuned and keep on watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And if you have any question, drop it in the comment section below. So we just like that to introduce ourselves to us so that you guys can know her better.
Okay, thank you very much. My name is Temi Fashionista. I'm the CEO and Creative Director of LizDeb Clothings, known as LB Clothings. I'm happy to be here.
So thank you for that. So I want to ask you, how do you start the business? What motivated you to venture in the clothing business?
Alright, so what actually motivated me was that while I was in, my late mom was a fashion designer.
Okay.
And she was doing well at her time. So I grew up, I watched her. So she was not only a fashion designer, she was also a business person. She was into fashion business. She sews both for male and female. She sells clothes. She sells sewing accessories, sewing materials, and all of that. So that was actually what motivated.
So that's where the journey.
Yes, that's it.
Okay, so what do you offer?
Okay, I offer ready to wear. I basically make free dresses. I started out with making Ankara dresses. So when I started this business as a brand, that was about 5 years ago.
5 years ago.
Yes, I started out with making Ankara.
Okay.
So I make Ankara ready to wear. Like I don't think I used to accept Ankara fabrics. Like I buy them,
you buy your own fabrics,
make them. So at first when I started, people like Ankara, this is not Ankara. This is not just go to the market. How much are they selling Ankara? So it was a little bit. But as time goes on, I see that not just Ankara, any African print, batik, Adire, Ankara. So I started getting customers, like people naturally showing interest, like it saves them that stress of going to get the fabrics, then looking for styles and all of that.
So the way it actually works is like you buy the clothes by yourself.
Yes, I buy the fabric.
You choose the style.
Yes, I choose
so
the
people
style.
When they see them, like
when they see them, and basically I make styles that they are free. Yes, like one size fits all.
One size fits all. Okay.
Yes. So people just come see and
like it's not regular tailoring job now.
Yes.
And it's not a regular clothing business like everybody.
Yes.
So how do you pick up this itch out of general fashion world?
Okay, before I started out as a brand, I've been into the business for I started let me say that. So I've been into the business for let's say 8 years.
Wow.
But I started out as a brand, as a known brand 5 years ago. So before I started out as a brand, I had to go to a fashion school.
Wow.
In Ibadan.
So there's a place of learning.
Yes, I'm always learning.
Yes.
So the fashion school I went to, my tutor then was basically into Ankara ready to wear. So I picked, I love Ankara African prints. I can say it's now that I love African prints. So I picked it up, and when I started as a brand, I just started. So that's where it came from.
How do you market your products?
Basically, I just put them out there on social media and people see and buy.
So one of your strengths is marketing strength is social media.
Yes, it's WhatsApp.
It's WhatsApp basically. Okay, yeah, that's good. Any business we have competitors, we have people that they are doing similar business with us. So how do you handle competitors in this business?
Honestly, I don't have any issue with competitors because I work at my own pace and I'm basically into ready to wear.
Okay.
So I make clothes, as a fashion designer, I don't wait for customers to bring in designs, fabrics. So I make clothes and I sell them.
Yes. The challenges that you are facing is kind of every business has their own challenge, and apart from the fact that you have your own inch is not that kind of common. That doesn't mean that there's no challenge or something that you are facing.
Yes, like I said earlier, when I started out, especially in this kids it was like I was bringing in that when I get there, it was so easy. Let me say it like that. So people will just make clothes now, and nobody's coming to buy. Then I would say that another challenge that I had was that I just came into Ekiti and just started the business. So sometimes I feel I should have just waited at home, start the business, like try to gather people. I just came out. So I used to, even I tell my students, they shouldn't just...
Okay, based on that now, let me ask you, like, what's advice do you have for people that want to
so I have advice. So like
let's hear.
Call one of them and they'll tell you my popular advice.
So give us one.
Yeah, so I used to advise upcoming tailors or fashion designers, when you want to start up a brand, I feel they should start small. They should start little and try to grow them, because brand is all about growth. You can't just start a brand and say, fine, you might have the money, you might have the capital. You can have everything. You can have the best location, best environment and all like that, but you might not. The goal of every business is to make money, aside from passion. But
the passion should have to like
yes. But that passion, you have to have that passion for you to do this business, because just the passion that keeps you going. So when you want to start, I used to advise students, or I will advise upcoming fashion designers to start to grow their customer base.
Fan base, customer base rather.
Yes, they should grow it, like they should have, because people should be aware what to do in your place of work, in your church, or when.
That means they should try to like make a lot of noise about their business before they actually.
So that's one of the mistakes.
So you just started like that.
So it took me a lot of time. It took me years. Like I just started. I didn't know anybody here. I didn't nobody knows me to be a fashion designer. I just came from like fresh fashion school graduate, and I just started. So
is that the only lesson that you want people to learn from your start?
As a fashion designer that just want to start, you should. There's one thing I learned, or I knew very late, is you choose a niche, because fashion designing is so. You see people everywhere. You see there's a tailor here, there's a tailor here. What exactly are you doing that is different? And what problem are you solving? So you have to choose a niche. So another mistake I did was when I started, I was doing unisex, children, everything. So at the point I was so unproductive. So then there's a particular thing you know how to do effortlessly. Like you just see that this thing is
very easy.
So it's better for you to focus on what you know you can do effortlessly. Like not just doing this, I'll train students and do this and do that. So it was just a whole lot of work. So as a fashion designer that I just started, you should just choose your niche. You want to go into, we have fashion designers that just shoot children, they make clothes for children. Yes, for women. Even women, you should have targets.
Not all.
So I have someone that makes clothes for women for ages of maybe 40 downward.
Anything above 40.
So and when you are making dresses for Gen Z's quotes, you know that you can't make clothes for elderly people. So you have to really choose what you want to do. If you want to go into ready to wear, there's what we call bespoke tailoring. That bespoke is bring fabric to you. Oh, I want to sew this particular style. They want it exactly like this. Okay, so that's bespoke tailoring. We have some that are very good at that. We have some that does alterations. You just like me, you cannot give me a complete so you should just to make the work easier, and you'll be more productive and more focused. Like for instance, for me, I make boo-boos, free dresses, blah blah blah, like that, African print ready to wear. So for someone that wants to make clothes, that wants to make boo-boo, they'll prefer to give someone that does boo-boo than you that does ashwebi or everything. Or maybe you want to sew ball gowns for children. So people will prefer to. I've seen someone that came to me one time, so I want to sew. I said I can make it. I tried to convince them I can make this dress. She wanted to make ball dress. I said I can do the the person that accompanied her was like, I know of someone that makes something that's what she does, just children between age 0 to 10. So they prefer, and they actually took it there. So those experiences brought out that this thing in me that okay, people actually can trust you with a particular niche. This is what you are good at, this is what you do.
That's a lot of value right there. That's data. You just focus on your own niche.
Yes.
People will find you. Because I don't even need to elaborate more on it. I think that one is simple enough for everybody that wants to, like anybody that wants to go into a side of line of business to understand that you have to have your own niche, not flying from one generalize your work. So you have to like have your own specific niche and define it very well, narrow it down. Fashion designing is very broad. Then narrow it down to the smallest one and focus on what you know that is easy for you to do.
Yes, and we also have fashion schools. So if you want to go into fashion school,
you have fashion school.
Yes, I also have a fashion school. So I think it's one of my niches too. So we have some just basic. They don't sew. They just teach you how to sew. It's basically a fashion school. I think we have one here now that is well known. By I think housing area. That's what she does. Just train, pattern drafting, teach you how to cut and sew, you do your practicals, and that's it. So those kind of people, you can't take clothes to them that help me sew. So when people just see, they just feel like, oh, you can sew anything. And anyways, you say, you're a fashion designer, can you make this? Can you make this? So I think we have to make that, especially in this area, this is
yeah. See, I've actually explained anybody that wants to go into this kind of business like this, they should have their specific niche.
Yes.
So you should narrow it down. Then you talk about marketing. Social media is one of the best ways to market your business. Especially obviously WhatsApp,
Instagram, TikTok, Facebook especially.
Wow. So because most people on your WhatsApp and most people on your Facebook, you have personal, almost like personal relationship because some of them knows you maybe from somewhere, you understand? Okay. I think you have mentioned about how to start, and what about funding? I think that's the only thing I've been asked. If anybody wants to get something kind of business, how can that kind of person start for funding? Do you have any advice on that one?
Funding, it depends. You can. Some people get loans, but for this business, I don't advise loan, especially for clothing business. You can get loan with long term, but for a start, you can source for funds maybe from family or friends or personal savings to start up. So as time goes on, you can get it.
So you mentioned during your discussion the other time, you mentioned that you started 8 years ago, and it was after like 5 years or something. Like, so how did you break even?
The breaking point is when I started exporting all those African clothing, that like the African dresses, Kampala and all of those stuff. When I started exporting them outside the country to UK, US, Germany and the likes.
How can somebody build a brand in fashion?
You can build, like I said, you can start build. You don't necessarily have to have a physical shop before you you start building a brand. Number one thing is have a social media page or account, so you can start building a brand from there. Showcase your work, talk to people about what you do, let people know what you do, like everything around you or everything about your post should show what you do. Yes. So that's how to start building a brand. Then your brand name is very important.
Wow.
Yes.
So you have to, I think that brand name is.
Yes, your brand name, your logo, your slogan, yes. It's one of the things.
So you mentioned you had fashion school.
Yes.
How does it run?
I have a fashion school, so with STEM. I so get students and I teach them on syllabus.
You have a syllabus.
Yes, I have a syllabus.
Is how many months? You know, how many months?
It depends. You have for 3 months, 6 months, and a year.
Wow. So is there a specific amount for the school fees or it changes?
It changes.
So there's not specific.
no specific.
So if somebody wants to enroll for the fashion school now, what are the things that you person need?
You just get a form. You get the school form. So when you get the form, I give you a list of materials that you use for yourself. Then we usually have the starter pack. So I just give them starter pack. You have your pattern papers, your fabrics, your beginner sewing accessories. So that's what you start with. Then you start with 1, with 2, so like that. So within 3-4 months, even someone that doesn't know how to sew at all.
No problem. I think if anybody wants to enroll for the school, can you just give us the social media channels? You know?
Okay, I have a YouTube channel, so it's Demi.
Okay.
And then I have my TikTok is LizDeb Clothings.
Okay.
While my Facebook is LizDeb Clothings as well.
So that you can contact her and make your inquiry through that process. So we have come to the end of this today's section, and like I said in the beginning of this video, if you have any comment or review or you have any personal question you want to ask, you can just drop it in the comment section below. Answer to your question will be responded to you as soon as possible. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel, and see you in the next video.